Hello, I'm back. Uh, my OBS just crashed for no fucking reason. Um, yeah, no, I've never seen that happen. The fuck? So weird. I have no clue what's gonna happen. Cause now, hold up, I just need to set up the window. It says, cannot, yeah. Uh, I was gonna say, it said that, it cannot connect to my Twitch account? That's a little weird. The way I know it cannot connect to my Twitch account is if a follower goal is not activated or something like that. Oh, it is, but it disappears. Okay, it's connecting. I won't be able to see anything through OBS. I guess might as well just set up. So I mean, I can always just look at the fucking web page, right? Of fucking course. Okay. Fucking sound alerts. Actually, I wonder what that means for my Twitch channel. Look at videos. Did fucking do I have a copyright? No. Uh Luckily when I saw it fucking jump to like 0 frames, I just instantly stopped, right? Uh who's in here? Hold up. Everything else in, right? Hold on. Let me dock. Nah. We're gonna begin right now. Actually, let's just start right away.
Lying in the middle of the road.
Have no clue why it crashed on me like that. It was just so weird.
Is that a person? It's unclear what the figure is, but the driver suspects it's a person.
Yeah,
He
that's
goes to
scary.
check it out. The cameraman starts hyperventilating and drops the camera. When it pulls upward again, his friend is stretched on the ground
So this would just be
unconscious,
like
and
a
then the
continuation.
figure
Oh, what the
peers over
fuck?
top.
Oh god, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is that?
The figure rises and starts walking towards the car. This can't be good.
Dude, the
And then
potato
this
cam, I
happens.
swear. Anyways, this is. Oh, it's zombies.
Material Queen writes, "The end made me drop my phone on my face. I warned you. This is a scary video you definitely should
Yeah.
not watch on your phone."
Bum,
Number
bum. You
5.
shouldn't watch this
Three
video.
sisters.
So yeah, this is where we
It's common
stopped,
knowledge that
like
there's bad
a minute ago.
juju in houses.
At number 6. Just because, like, again, my
Where
OBS crashed for
things
some
have
reason.
taken
Now we're gonna
place.
see the
So
rest.
just how bad
Paranormal
is the juju
Boys.
in a house that's
That's
Scene
G2.
3, published in June of
Never heard of these guys.
2021. The paranormal boys enter
Maybe
a
I have, actually.
house where 3 young women had their lives
Oh
taken
god.
by their
That
father.
sucks.
The circumstances are mysterious. As they attempt to contact the spirits in this creepy house, several orbs fly by. A moment later,
Those are
they
like
ask the
bugs or
spirits to
like
close the door.
dust
A
particles, I
knock is
swear.
heard.
Can you close this door?
Oh my god, his voice fucking scared me. I was not expecting him to be British.
Whoa, did you hear that? I know my phone went off.
Oh my god.
It doesn't take long for them to hear footsteps in the home.
Just fucking his accent scared me. God.
Come on, do something for us.
It's weird because it sounds like so like if you have like headphones and like spatial audio or whatever, it sounds like the audio is just coming from like the very like behind you, like not in front of you or next to
Then
you,
a tap.
like right here.
Come on.
It's
Is
so
someone
weird.
here? Make a loud bang for us.
Bang bang. I'm just kidding. Oh my god, of
And a
course.
strange, unexplained sigh.
What is them noises I'm hearing?
If it's a sigh, it's like a squatter being like, "Fuck, I have to do this again." Yeah.
And an unexplained whisper. Remember the three sisters? They make their appearance in the form of orbs that streak past the camera in one room.
Now, as soon as you get the EVP pane,
Okay.
watch the anomaly to the right. First, you get pane. Now watch here.
Okay.
Three sisters. That's one. That's two. And that's three.
Is this the room where it happened? The EVP seems to confirm this. The spirits go into disturbing detail about what unfolded here. But whatever exactly happened to these three sisters...
What detail? All I got was the word pain from a device that could be rigged. What the fuck?
Scary abandoned church. Are ghosts that haunt churches good or evil? You'll have to ask Connor of the YouTube channel, The Explorer.
Oh fuck, I thought I was gonna say Connor Eats
November of
Pants.
2020. Connor delves solo into a creepy abandoned church at 1 a.m. Let's see what happens. The beginning of his trials and tribulations in the abandoned church are pretty uneventful until he arrives at the end of a hallway with 3 closed doors, and this happens. As you're holding your breath to see what is creeping at the door, it shuts again, only for another door to open, and bangs shut again.
Alright.
As he approaches the door, something seems to disturb the broken porcelain on the floor in the next room.
Yikes.
Connor enters the middle room anyway, but nothing is standing inside.
it's like a video game thing. You don't even see him go for like the door. Just like the door opens like that. What the fuck? That looks funny to me.
He hears something down.
It's like, imagine like in a game, you know, just trying to open a door and it's just like whoop, it just opens. It's not, I don't even reach out to like whoop. It's just like just opens. I don't know how. It's just like the door is just like just like that. Or like, like it's just like I'm holding like a remote instead of holding it like this, like in my pocket or my hand or something, because I have it. It's just like it's just like moving. That's what his perspective gives me vibes of.
A door slams, making him jump out of his skin.
Whoa.
You can hear the fear in his breath. He laments doing this in the first place, saying this is only episode 1. What is he going to find in episode 7? I guess we'll have to stay tuned to find out. Number 3, Murphy's Hotel. The historic Murphy's Hotel opened in 1856 and has served customers for over a century. It's also known for its unwanted guests, i.e. the ghosts who haunt the place. Murphy survived a fire that destroyed much of Murphy's, California, and in fact stood as a refuge against it with its sturdy brick structure and steel doors. Many of the townspeople took refuge inside the hotel during the blaze, while the others were met with the flames outside. Perhaps this fate is what prompted the paranormal activity in the hotel, which...
Oh, that's nice. Interesting.
Which is known for its resident ghost, Eleanor. Eleanor is said to have been abandoned here by her lover and later to have passed away in the hotel while she was employed there. Did twin paranormal encounter Eleanor in the walls of Murphy's Hotel? Let's find out. Published in July of 2021, this exploration of Murphy's Hotel has us throwing our phones across the room. An EVP on room 19's cam sends chills down my spine.
Trying to get the feel of, each and every room.
What up if you wait, hold on, let me read this. If you saw Twitch streamers getting bought left and right. So I just saw this pop because it was Oh, it's
to
just
figure out where
bots.
exactly.
Interesting. Because like I was reading right now,
That just went off.
so I'm just like looking at the viewers in my chat. Apparently,
So you are here.
It sounds like the spirit is
yeah.
saying hello. Later, another EVP is heard on room 15's cam.
Or give us another sign that you're here by holding onto this object, this antenna. Thank you so much.
Although at another frequency, it also sounds like it says hello. When Nick asks the spirit to speak into another device and to say whatever you need to, in the background, there's a faint scream.
Say whatever you need to. I'm trying to figure out how that works. There you go.
Towards!
Okay.
Just said towards.
As they're trying to communicate with the spirit, asking if something happened to it, Wyatt hears something and says, "What's that?" An EVP answers, "I'm sorry."
What is that?
A little later, while communicating with a spirit named Sarah, the device starts going off rhythmically, like the spirit might be trying to communicate in Morse code.
Hi, Sarah. I'm gonna set this object here too.
Could this message be from the voiceless? One spirit seems to like to play games. One of the crew asks if there is more than one person in here, but he loses his train of thought. When he tees up the question again, the spirit finishes his thought, responding, "Group."
If there is more than one person, if there is one
Group.
there is group.
While speaking with a spirit in room 9, Nick jumps back mid-sentence.
And have enough energy.
What? Either my shirt just readjusted or something grabbed it.
He says he
Oh my
feels like
gosh, of
his
course.
shirt just got tugged, and in fact, on the slow motion replay, you can see what he felt as his shirt does billow in the back, appearing as though it was tugged, and he isn't the only one who physically encountered a spirit. Later, Ryan is mid-sentence when he goes silent, looking over to his right shoulder. He says he was just touched.
I just got touched on the shoulder. I just got touched on the shoulder.
Right when you were just talking about how we felt the floor move right here.
Come here. Give me your shoulder. This is how it felt, man. So, it felt like this.
He asks the spirit Sarah if she touched his shoulder.
Was that you?
Can you tell us your name?
What was that?
Although nothing in the room responds, the pyramid starts to go off in room 9 again.
Who's that be?
The pyramid's going off in room 9 again.
Pyramid's going off.
That was the pyramid. Oh, it's green again.
Was that Sarah? Later, the pyramid starts going off in a rhythmic pattern that makes the crew speculate that something is running circles around it.
Hi.
Are you running around in circles around the triangle?
As Twin Paranormal says goodbye to the many spirits of the place, one of them has a last request. In the middle of Ryan's speech, an EVP is heard.
Haven't we seen this one
A
before?
woman's voice whispering, "Excuse to dance with me." Will Ryan take up her offer? Maybe
Yeah.
in another life. Number 2, Creepy Beautiful. Although most of these videos are pure ugly fear, this one is Creepy Beautiful, published in May of 2021. YouTuber Nola Deej.
And obviously like,
series
right?
of
And
abandoned
like
nursing homes
subscribe
from the 20s,
to them.
along with amazing graffiti throughout.
If you're enjoying their
Some
content,
strange
that
odds
is.
and ends are found inside. On what appears to be an altar, this creepy arrangement is
Wow, what a nice way to like represent how it looks. Look.
inside the jar. Here's
Yeah,
a
poor
closer look at
chicken.
the mysterious object
Or a
on
rooster.
the top of the shelf.
It looked like a
Some
rooster anyways.
sacrifices mounted. The room's art is another mystery, like these handprints arranged over the arched doorway. Further inspection of the nursing home reveals this decrepit elevator and this odd Twisted Tea memorial. Although the place is creepy, it's an art gallery of an abandoned place with beautiful renderings all along its brick walls. Outside, a robot is impaled by a tree. while a
Star Wars,
motorcycle
what is it
sits in a
called?
Fountain next to it.
Star Wars
On the
bot.
walls is the nefarious red rum anagram. Did Jack Torrance find a new favorite haunt?
Oh, I remember that. It's just like a thing people write. It's like if you read it backwards, it spells out murder.
Perhaps the creepiest bit is this entrance below. If you climb up into that void, will you ever leave again? I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1, The Voice, Peekaboo, published to the Arabic channel Rainia's Secrets in July of 2021.
What the fuck?
This scary video was filmed in a woman's bedroom. The channel notes that the woman and her boyfriend heard a mysterious voice in the room.
Okay, is it gonna like?
Despite nothing happening at the beginning of the footage, there's a truly unsettling feeling.
I don't know, that's scary.
At first, it only shows a woman pointing at what we're not quite sure.
Yeah.
Later, however, we discover what presence
What
was
the
there.
fuck is about to
This
happen?
creepy figure peeks out from behind a closet door, and then another.
Oh
figure,
no!
This one different, peeks out from the bottom.
Shut the fuck up!
The woman screams. Both figures looked like children.
Yeah.
On closer inspection, the first one's mouth appears grotesquely wide. The second figure has a ghost white face and
Yeah.
black lids. Both have long dark hair. Did these figures produce the voice they heard earlier, or was it some yet unseen nightmare? Do you think you have what it
Alright, well,
takes
that's
to
it.
handle all these scary videos? Because these
Now we're on to Highways of Horror. It's like this, right? Maybe this will be the last one by Pt.2.
In the dark stretches between our towns and cities, there lies millions upon millions of miles of road. These paved networks are the lifeblood of our economies and facilitate our connections with the wider world. They also provide the settings for some of the most disturbing encounters on record.
Yeah.
Join us as we
Let's see the
explore
highways
these
of horror.
highways of horror.
I'm not really feeling the Ghost of Cadena base. Cadena means chain, but I'm pretty sure Cadena spelled that way is either like a last name or some other language. I don't know. Strange stats. Oh god, that is a strange stat. Bedtime stories. Bum 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 bum. Highways of Horror, Pt.2. Oh, and oh wait, what? No. Ooh, I really like this. They always do so good with these stories.
Historically, they were frequented by
So
bandits
should
and robbers.
Yeah, just
because they offered far more lucrative.
I said it was gonna go to 3 a.m.
the relative bastions of the town.
But I feel like today's good. It's just fine. We'll do that next time for Halloween.
Traveling along them was always a risk, even in broad daylight. But with the advent of motor transport, the spectre of the traditional highwayman slowly but surely began to diminish. As vehicles evolved over time, becoming capable of far greater speeds and security, it became much more difficult for lone gunmen to take advantage. And in that relative absence of any real threat, people began to find other things to fear whilst travelling. Stories of high strangeness, from dark and desolate backroads to open highways, are nothing new, suggesting the dark energies therein predate the likes of Dick Turpin and his highwaymen. What follows is a small selection of stories from people who make a living from driving on our roads, often in the dead of night.
Yeah, like truck drivers.
Our first tale
That must be really
Jacob
strong.
Clark,
It's strong and tough.
living and working in the UK. Back in the early 90s, Jakob worked for a Russian company situated on the outskirts of Pskov, which meant that 5 days out of 7, he laboured in a foreign country away from his family. Every Sunday evening, he would make the 2.5-hour commute from Tartu in eastern Estonia, crossing the Russian border to the south. Every Friday afternoon, he would retrace this journey to spend the weekend with his loved ones. One Sunday evening at around 11 p.m, Jakob was well over an hour into his drive. The border checkpoint was well behind him.
Hate those bots,
and he
I
now
swear.
found himself travelling along the 58K 333, a minor transit route surrounded by endless tracts of countryside. It is nothing more than a tributary which feeds into the E77 highway to the south. However, there was nothing minor about what Jakob would encounter on this otherwise mundane stretch of road. He was already missing his family.
Oh, that's sad.
His wife had just given birth
I
to a
really
baby
would.
girl.
For sure. Like, listen, when you have to, like, because, like, I'm, like, becoming more quiet as the time goes on, I feel. Like, honestly, I'm, like, ready to just drop and sleep. I am so tired. There's so much. I love this. Oh man, I'll cover more top 10s as long as he uploads consistently. Because I know there's been times where like he literally hasn't like. I remember there was this on stop time or not stop time, gap time or hiatus that he went on, right. Like I think last year where like he stopped up. He uploaded like 2 years ago, like on February, and then like literally near the end of December was like the next time he uploaded. Could be like his work or whatever he does on his own time, right? Like he doesn't obviously talk about, but like you know. Maybe there's like weird hiatuses like that. That's why I haven't included him. And also like, what was I gonna say? Also the fact that like he moved on to like true crime, and I'm like, yeah, because like that gets me sad, and like, it's not such a light thing I can just talk about, right? Like ghosts aren't real. I can just like meme on them. I feel there's like a difference. But, like it's like a weird duality, right? I don't know what that represents about me, but hopefully it doesn't paint me in a bad picture. I'm just kidding, no, and that's not what I'm worrying about. I'm worrying more about like how my main purpose, at least with this sort of series, I guess, or thing that I like to do, is just to show how like scarier not ghosts sorry, but like people are in general. It's like, you know, these concepts like demons, ghosts, angels, gods, stuff like that, and maybe even like the concept of leaders kind of feed into like how us as humans just need some sort of like arbiter or have yeah, just want and like just wanted to pursue like an arbiter that'll like, I don't know, just tell us what to do. You know, lead us, or at least just get some sense of understanding from the world, right? Yeah, and that's at the end, that's what it boils down to. uh and like with stuff like this, like how is a horror, in my opinion, all this is just really cool stuff to learn about, because there's a lot of like, there's obviously there's more than just it's a ghost, right? There's more literary values, like, oh, is it just a ghost, is he just faking it, what's the story behind the hoax, you know what I mean? Is it like an actual story? Should we read in? Should we, you know, quote unquote believe the people? Because like, you know, for example, where was it, fucking, like with this one, yeah, what does the Burning Man represent? Does it represent the woman's like fear of dying, her ambitions of you know, maybe just getting or going away from her relationship, or you know, like what does it represent? You know, it represents a lot. Obviously, burning up and seeing somebody else burning up and like yelling and stuff in a dream or in sleep paralysis is so mind opening, or not mind opening, but like jarring, right? And like makes you go numb. Um, but like I like if you like if you've been experiencing weird stuff like that for a while, and like, you know, I don't know what am I trying to explain. I'm trying to explain it like this way. Basically, and seeing such a thing, it's just like we just say, oh, it's just a dream. But sometimes maybe dreams are, you know, they have some sort of like intent, some reason for occurring, you know what I mean? Because I don't think we just dream just to dream. Maybe it's like a way of bodies to like, oh yeah, something's gonna happen, or and stuff like that. But like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's psychic, right? Like, your body's gonna tell you what's up. Like, no, I'm just saying like, it's just an interesting way to like maybe like Whoa, what the fuck? Why is one of the extensions just like blank? Okay, whatever. That was just a point. What was I gonna say? Um, it's just a way to like represent how our day went. Process our day. That's what sleep literally is for. Um, and I have a feeling a lot of these stories, even though I just pass them on and like videos and stuff, I just pass them off as like, oh, they're fake, they're hoax. But there's really more than that. Maybe next time I'll start explaining more like the literary values, because like, and like the values, like the stories they're trying to say, right? Because like some of them do have like pretty good stories, and some of them are just like, okay, yeah, this is just fucking fake just to be fake sometimes. Like with the zombie one, like the zombie one really has like no reason to exist other than like to be like a stunt for like a movie or the beginning of some sort of like show or something about zombies. She's like, there's no way. It's just like, oh yeah, it's fake. It looks fake, but like, there's a story there still under there. Like, just be careful in like roads. Don't just go up to people. If you like, you know, see somebody in the road laying down there, call 911 or something. Call the police or somebody else that can take care of that, right? Um, God, it's been a long time since I had to do a point like that. Cause like, gosh, I'm getting bored of just putting all this away. But yeah, that is like fake and hoax and stuff. Cause like, there's more than that, and I feel like if you all want to discuss it next time, well, I fucking go live next time for like ghosts. Next time being on next month. I'll always be here with an open ear, you know what I mean? Because ghosts and stuff and like the concepts and stuff and the fucking stories that come from there, they have more to them than just, oh, this happened, you know? Something that I guess cannot be said of like true crime. True crime is said and done. There's a certain amount of facts, and then the rest is just opinions. Like, oh, I think the criminal didn't do it on purpose because he looks sane. That's an opinion. If somebody was, to actually have been known to kill somebody, the fact is they killed somebody, and we should question their sanity, and from there on, help them. You so yeah, let's just continue with the story. I just like wanted to point that out because I feel like some people are gonna be like, why the fuck is he doing this? Why is he like blah 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 blah? Because like first it seems like it doesn't have a purpose, but it really does. And obviously purpose changes. Sometimes I forget my purpose, and I just like put shit like that and just say saying, yeah, it's a Alex and get bored and stuff. But like, at the end of the day, I just enjoy this. I just enjoy reacting to this. Enjoy finding all this. Maybe again, like I said, next time I'll definitely look out for the stories. I just need to remember to do that because there's obviously more to like a hoax than just the hoax. It's just a hoax because like there's a story. There's a reason why people want to get money. People want to get something out of it. People maybe like in like the case of like urban explorers, right? When they go to places that are like uh empty or haven't been like or haven't come into human contact in a while because the people that own the place or people don't own the place at all just like don't keep it, right? They explore it just for like the adrenaline. Obviously that's their way of like getting the content across, and these people that do like all these ghost videos and stuff, they try to express whatever ideas they want to express in the sense of symbolism and stuff like that, and they tell the story. That's all they do. Through various different characteristics and you know mediums and stuff.
His other child, a boy,
Yeah.
just turned.
Hopefully all that made sense. Honestly, it's been a long time since I actually had to formulate something, and right now I feel like a sense of justified just because like we're about to end. Maybe I'll look at the ending and blah 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 blah. But yeah, this is why I like all this because like it really helps me like not understand the world per se, but it's just like a cool lens to look through when it comes to the world. And that thing about me saying, oh, the people are scary, it's true. you know if I get killed by a ghost, well, what was that? Natural causes? Like I died of a heart attack? I don't know. Right? I'd rather go out that way than like get murdered, because getting murdered is just like a violent act, and I hate that. I hate the idea of somebody else forcing themselves onto somebody that maybe just didn't have it coming, or at the very least, they say like something happened like between two people, and like it's able to be like fixed out. You know what I mean? Not like like in Romeo and Juliet. You know, like, oh, Romeo could have just talked to the father or something. Maybe like, I don't know, made some sort of like impression that's better than just like, oh, I'm taking your daughter, right? You know, something that's able to be fixed is, you know, able to be fixed, right, at the end of the day. But I hate it when, like, you know, just somebody just kills people, just to kill people, and like, you know, they don't want to fix it. Fuck. Oh my god. Again, Lunar, undeprived. Thank you for following. Yeah, that's totally a bot or something. I don't know what to say other than that. Uh, because my follower thing didn't go up. But yeah, let's just continue.
And was becoming
That's the end of my point.
chatterbox.
I'm
I was
like
just
bots who
thinking
don't
how
have
much
stories.
nicer it would be to find employment
They
closer
just
to
have
home.
bunch of like creation narratives and
When
stuff.
he
Oh
noticed
wow,
the
I like.
distant light in his rearview mirror.
Uh-huh.
It was coming fast up the road behind him.
It's the cops. I'm just kidding.
As it got closer, the brightness intensified, and naturally assuming it was another vehicle, Jakob shouted in frustration, willing the other
Again,
driver
I would
dip
hate to
ahead.
do that commute. 2 hours, like out of 5 times of the like. Okay, maybe like because it's like so little, I would do the commute. But like, God, you gotta understand like where maybe he's coming from. Croatia.
Soon, they were right up
He
behind
must
him,
be like, I mean,
sitting on his
Croatian people must be rich, right?
so close that it would have caused a
I'm pretty sure
major
they're like
accident if he
well
even
off though for
slightly
being in
touched the
Europe.
brake pedal.
Like this
What
is
the
probably
hell
gonna be
is this
explained.
guy doing?
Yeah,
Jakob mumbled to himself. And no sooner
you're gonna be
did
like
the
an
words
alien or
leave his
something.
lips than he
Or like
heard
some
the
sort of
sound
like,
the boot or trunk catch being released.
what the fuck?
Suddenly, the interior light came on, and the sound of rushing wind was heard as cold air blasted in from the
Okay.
rear of the vehicle.
I wonder what this all
As he
represents.
looked back, he realized that the boot lid was now wide open, but the headlights, which were there behind him just a split second before, had vanished. He pulled over at the earliest opportunity and exited his vehicle. He glanced up and down the road, looking for any sign of the other driver. It was deathly quiet. No other vehicles could be seen or heard. Confused, Jakob closed the boot lid, got back into his car, and continued on his way. He had been on the road less than a minute when the light reappeared in the distance once more, again coming up fast behind his car. He noticed that it was a singular light source and began to suspect that it was a motorcyclist playing games with him. As it settled on his tail,
I'm like thinking, I was about to say maybe this is like the story of an overworked man, and like the fact that his like car opened up in the back or whatever the lid was. What is it called? Fuck it. Because I'd say cajuela, but I forget what it's called. Trunk. There we go. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that the trunk open. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Like I'm trying to like.
And sure enough,
Where this is
when
gonna
he
go?
looked back, the tailgate was wide open, and the light had disappeared. Frustrated, he pulled over again, and this time made sure the boot lid was locked. But instead of continuing along his route, he turned the car around and headed back the way he came, hoping to catch the motorcyclist sitting in a lay-by further up the road. To his utter disbelief, almost as soon as he started moving, the light reappeared in the distance behind him, closing in at supernatural speed. This was impossible, as he knew full well that nobody had come past him when he stopped the car the second time. Nevertheless, the exact same sequence of events played out, and Jakob found himself having to stop once again to close his boot lid. He was completely dumbfounded, as he knew he had locked it. Something was obviously not right about the situation.
How's this gonna
and he
end?
began to feel
Once it
more
ends,
than a
I think I
little
know what the
spooked.
story's gonna be.
When the light reappeared a fourth time, with Jakob having resumed his original route, he decided he'd had enough. When it reached the back of his car, he suddenly slammed on his brakes, and the light flew over the top of his vehicle and off into the night sky, never to be seen again. He was so disturbed by the whole experience that he quickly made good on his intention to find work closer to home.
Oh yeah. So I feel like the story there was that there was this, well, he was being overworked, right? Or possibly even like what you call it? Well, because if he was overworked, I don't know, like there's like bright lights flashing. I guess it's just like a tale, like of how. Yeah, it's just like a tale of how basically masked in like the light, right? Uh, the light represents like the sort of like force telling him to like, hey, maybe you shouldn't like continue doing this because maybe like you're overworking yourself. And at the end, him slamming the brakes is indicating, some sort of change that he's about to like take in his life, and the light hovering away just represents how you know, his decision's about to like take off. I don't know, something like that, something cliche like that. And yeah, that's it.
In July
It's simple.
2014, a truck driver by the name of Paul Drew found himself parked up on a stretch of US
Yeah,
Highway
like that's
95.
the genre. I forget what it's called. Just like it's like those stories you just tell your kids, like, oh, you can't do that, and then like you tell them the second time. It's like you know, there were three monkeys jumping on the bed. One of them jumped off and broke their leg. And two monkeys on the bed. Yeah, it's kind of like like
About
a
50 miles
sort of like story like
north of
that.
Las Vegas. Paul had
God,
been
that one didn't
delayed
make
for a
sense at all. I
transport
swear.
right and turn. This is where two truck drivers
So
start
hard
out from different
think of
points
these, especially
and
this
halfway
late at
discover
night.
their
But I'll
trip was
try still.
over, then turn around and head home. This was a common assignment for Paul, and he often found himself arriving an hour or two before the other driver showed up, and he would take the opportunity to catch up on some sleep. On this night, he'd arrived at his meeting point at around 2 a.m. It was a dark lot right in the middle of the Nevada desert, and to his surprise, he found that it was completely empty.
Oh wow.
On any other night, there would have been at least a few other trucks present, but he thought nothing of it and settled into his sleeper compartment for a nap.
Okay.
After about 10 minutes, he was just beginning to doze off when he was suddenly shaken wide awake by the sound of a dog barking. This struck him as odd given the location.
Chupacabra. I'm
The
just
nearest
kidding.
small town was about 20 miles away, and he couldn't have
Yeah.
imagined someone's pet wandering this far into the wilderness. The possibility that it was a coyote had briefly occurred to him, but it sounded like a much larger dog. He realized the animal was close. In fact, it sounded as if it was standing right outside his cab. Climbing out of his sleeper, he peeked out of the driver's side window, and to his surprise, in the dim moonlight he saw the outline of a tall man standing there.
Oh god.
He assumed this was the dog's owner. In that precise moment, he didn't know what to make of the situation, so he simply grabbed his flashlight and opened the window to talk to the stranger. But when his torch illuminated the scene, he recoiled. As the light passed over the man's face, he could see that it was in fact the man who was barking. There was no dog.
What the fuck?
His
Oh god.
expression was sinister, snarling and inhuman in the way his mouth twisted and contorted when making the sound, and his eyes looked beady and aggressive,
Yeah.
almost like a hostile dog's eyes. His bark did not sound like a human trying to impersonate a dog. It sounded exactly like a dog. Paul was so flummoxed by what he was seeing that all he could do was stare at this apparently deranged individual.
Okay.
After a minute or two,
Maybe the story here is how. Okay, this is the actual story here. The truck driver obviously like he needed to catch up on sleep. That means like, logically, right? That means that he had been missing out on sleep for the past few days or something along those lines, or maybe like the days were just adding up, and he's like, I just need to sleep. And the fact that he woke up and now he's seeing the sort of, at least how the story the picture illustrates him as this sort of like man that's like a businessman or something like that, somebody like in a higher position than him, and how he's just barking at the truck driver maybe represents how he's fearful that he'll get like scolded and scolded at, right, for taking a nap when his one of his fellow crewmates, or not crewmates, but like truck drivers, had to go on without him, because maybe the other one just had more, I don't know, energy.
He
And
turned
it's
away
weird.
to grab his phone, hoping to record the commotion on camera.
You know, something like a
When
dog.
he turned back, he found that the man had
That's weird.
disappeared and the barking had entirely ceased.
This just represents how
His
animalistic
flashlight flitted
some.
back and forth across the lot, but he could see no sign
Well,
of
yeah,
the
how's he
man
just
whatsoever.
about to get scolded, basically?
There was nowhere he could have gone in such a short space.
No, because
of
sometimes
time.
like businessmen are represented as dogs, or at least like executives or
Somewhat
whatever.
alarmed by the experience, he decided to remain inside his cab until the other driver arrived more than an hour later.
Oh, yeah.
His
Never
colleague
mind.
didn't know what to make of his story and put it down to the inherent high strangeness of Nevada State.
Duh.
Paul himself has never been able to shake the imperishable feeling that there was something beyond normal about his encounter. From the man's weird and inhuman expression to his impossible disappearance, and the fact that it all happened out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by miles and miles of desert. A year earlier in 2013,
I did change that.
a delivery driver working for UPS in Washington, D.C. had an unlikely encounter with the men in black.
Okay.
Jim Wise had only been in the job for about 2 months.
Oh yeah, and the whole story is just imperative of how like maybe employees are overworked, and it's just sad that they have to
Into
think
the
that way.
monotony of delivering parcels in and around the US Capitol.
The Lester, excuse me.
There was
That's
one
what I meant to say.
particular building, the location of which he would not divulge, which was a regular drop-off point on his rounds.
Obviously, I'm making these on the spot. There's like nothing. This is what I mean. I'm pulling some things out of my ass sometimes. Like I just do. Out of sheer laziness, or just like because I actually don't know how to explain away at them, and like I have to do research and stuff. I'm not about to do research right now at 2:06 a.m.
High fences, and the only way to gain access was
If I was to,
via
though, maybe like
Upon
I'd have to grow
Jim's routine
as a
would be to
person,
drive up to the main
and
reception,
like channel
press the
wise too,
buzzer and hand the delivery
or
note to the usually
channel
uptight
wise. I don't know,
receptionist
either or.
in exchange for her signature.
Mhm.
One cold and frosty morning in January, he found himself driving through the main gate of the site once again, but this time when he buzzed reception, there was no answer. He tried a number of times and waited for a couple of minutes before deciding to drive around to the rear of the building. He thought that maybe there was a loading bay somewhere and that he could drop the parcels off there instead. But as he rounded the corner, he was met by a bizarre scene. About 20 feet further back from the main complex, there was another, slightly smaller building with a sheltered walkway connecting the two. Underneath the shelter, walking towards the smaller premises, were 3 men, all dressed in dark suits and wearing fedora hats.
Okay.
Jim was taken aback by how incredibly tall and slim they were. Each of them was nearing the 7-foot mark, but their legs and arms were stick thin, their waists barely the width of one of the delivery driver's thighs.
Holy fuck.
Even more shocking was the way they walked. Their movements all perfectly in sync with each other, but haphazard and all over the place, as if they were having trouble standing upright. They disappeared into the smaller building a short time later, leaving Jim sitting there for a moment, wondering what on earth he had just witnessed. He would go on to state how it's difficult to put into words just how surreal and unnatural these men looked. But
Seeing 3 men, maybe it's like maybe it's the driver's fear of, I don't know, just being I don't know. It has to be one of his fears, though.
he
It's
is
something with the
steadfast
fear.
in his conviction that it unnerved him to the core. Unfortunately for him, it would not be the last he saw of them. Realizing that there was nowhere else to deliver his parcels, he made his way back around to the front of the main complex, and this time, when he buzzed reception, a man answered the door and invited him in. The man, who was also dressed in a dark suit, asked him to bring the parcels through, and led him down a short corridor and into another room. To his surprise, the room was small and completely devoid of furniture, and there were
Okay.
5 other men in dark suits, all standing in a semicircle, facing him. Alarmed, he tried to back out of the doorway, but the man who showed him in had already closed the door behind him and ordered him to put the parcels down. At first, he thought he was looking at a group of mannequins, as the men in front of him had not moved an inch. They were tall and thin like the others, and were stood absolutely stock
Jesus,
still
okay.
and deathly quiet. Their skin was waxy and pale, and their lifeless eyes did not even move to follow him as he placed the parcels on the
Oh, his fear is just ending up as a sort of you know, like a slave to like his job because he's delivering packets, right? His fear must be that he's just gonna end up like them, you know what I mean? Just being part of a machinery or a machine and just working as a robot, and not getting to spend his time as a human at all, as a human being rather.
For the next 5 minutes, the delivery driver was grilled by the man who had answered the door, asking him what he had seen in the parking lot behind the complex. The 5 other men remained completely motionless, but he noticed how their eyes had all eerily zeroed in on him as the questioning began.
Oh my god.
He felt as if they were reading his mind. Jim was honest about what he had seen, but decided to play dumb, saying that the men he witnessed were obviously suffering from some sort of muscular disorder,
Yeah.
and that this building must have been a research centre for such conditions. Seemingly satisfied with this response, the man stepped aside and told him he was free to go. He was shown to reception, and as the man opened the main door to let him out, he said in a very matter-of-fact way, "You'll never come back here." 2 days later, Jim was inexplicably made redundant from his job.
What the fuck? Holy fuck, isn't that like way worse than getting fired? Yeah, whoa. Define made redundant. To dismiss? Oh, yeah, no, fuck. Okay, no, never mind.
In the years
It's
since
just the employer never just didn't need. That sucks.
this experience, he has tried to make sense of what happened. Whilst it's a possibility that those men were indeed suffering from some sort of muscular dystrophy, and that his subsequent interrogation was nothing more than a wild prank to scare him, he can't help but feel that there was something completely abnormal about the whole
Yeah.
situation. In his story, he described the men he saw in that room as resembling mannequins, but he has since come to the realization that they in fact reminded him of something else.
Slenderman, oh, don't
It's
say that.
difficult for him to comprehend, but he is now certain beyond a shadow of a doubt that what he was looking at were 5 corpses.
Wow.
Various fringe accounts regarding men in black. Many people who have encountered them at length have stated
I don't remember
how
that.
intelligences beyond our own use reanimated bodies of the dead in order to blend in.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that. I know a lot about the Men in Black, as in like, just stories and stuff. That was incredibly sensational. Wow. Ooh, that's scary.
Whilst it's true that these encounters may be explained away by tiredness or the clever pranks
Yeah.
of adept tricksters, there is always the possibility that there was something out of the ordinary taking place. In short, whether you believe these stories or not will depend on your own experiences out on the road.
Yup.
Drive safely.
Trek safely. How do you say? Trek safely. Something like that. Oh, drive. Excuse me, I thought he said Trek. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Because this is it. This is done. We're done. I would do one more, but I feel like that one wouldn't be like cool. Because it's the same one with what was it called? Fuck, it was a satellite one. Apollo? What was it? Hold up. Because I'm getting the same vibes as yeah. Oh, well, I just see we have watched it. What the fuck? I haven't watched it yet. The Strange Fate of Phobos too. It gives you the same vibe as that. I'm just like, what are we gonna hear? Fucking UFOs, fucking ghosts. What else? Well then, yeah. With that said, thank you all so much, and of course, always follow these creators if you want to follow them. Obviously, if you don't, you don't. You don't need to, right? I'm not forcing anybody to do that. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Next time, I'll come back. Even though I am doing Mario Galaxy, not tomorrow, but like the day after. I'll try to finish Fire Emblem tomorrow. If not, I'll just continue Fire Emblem until we finish it, and then we'll move on to Mario Galaxy and some other game, right? So yeah, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all later. So yeah, goodbye, good night, good day, whatever it is, right? And bye. And thank you all so much. Oh yeah, and before I forget, oh no, wait. No, because my OBS crashed and I reset the fucking website. Cause it needs to. I forgot who talked on stream. Hold up. Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 ba-dum. Choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo. Choo doo choo choo choo. Doo doo choo doo doo. Bum 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 ba-da-ba-dum. 9:20. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, Le Monster Music definitely. So I would like to thank Le Monster Music and Paul the Amazing. Hold up. If you're a follower, I can just search your name up. My followers list. If you're not, that's fine. Cause I can't see the last number. Control. Yeah, Paul the Amazing 2018. Thank you, and Primal SSB as well. Thank you all so much for coming and being on my chat. It's always amazing. To see you ever so often. Whether you chat or not, right? Or you need chatting. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I get kind of fucking in for, I can't be like, oh, you obviously need to chatting. Obviously, maybe like in my chat. Maybe. I don't know. Like it's just an assumption I'm making at this point. And I shouldn't really hold any weight. But like again, thank you all so much because chatting is always something I like to just say. People like I just like to hear people sometimes their input and stuff. Of course, thank you all so much, and everybody else that watched. Because like honestly, you guys are the backbone. If nobody would have watched it, it's like the only way I know that people watch me is the viewer counter. So far, I've had 1,490 views. That means 1,490 individuals have watched me. If it wasn't for that amount of people watching me, honestly, I would probably not do Twitch. If I knew that meter didn't increase. So like if I was like stuck at like 100 viewers, right? Or views, right? Not viewers, views. I'd be like sad. I'd be like, fuck, nobody's watching me, right? But the fact that it keeps on going up, it makes me happy, despite having one viewer. Because like honestly, at this point, again, as I mentioned, it's just a hobby. I like doing this out of the kindness of myself. I'm just kidding. No, that's so cliche. I just like doing this because it's fun. Playing games, watching scary videos online. Eventually, it'll be like weird stuff. I don't know. Like try not to laugh. I don't know. Maybe something else. Try not to laugh for 6 hours. Oh my god, that'd be like hell. I'd be living a hell. I'd just be looking video after video after video, and then like I'd get like a weird Minecraft guy, and then it'll be like Dwayne, Dwayne and Stepnap. I don't know, some fucking stupid shit like that. And I remember like, that's not even funny. Like, straight up, I just don't find things funny sometimes. I like incredible poker face soon. So yeah, and then like I laugh to like the dumbest things too. I go like, and I'm like, fuck that counts. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. For reals though, whatever comes down the line, maybe that'll be it. Because I know I'm still gonna do community days. I still have to do one for this month. Oh, I did one earlier. I'll call it community day. fuck, I need to go back. Maybe I'll do like once a month. I don't know, maybe twice a month. Like I have to keep on top of that. If I don't, just don't call me out. It's just school and stuff I have. For the meanwhile, it's like, you never know what fucking happens. Coronavirus just takes over the school or something. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't reach that point. But for reals, some of my ideas have need extreme logic behind them, like that that I just spotted out. Coronavirus takes over. Like how the fuck did that happen? I feel like everything's just gonna become stable soon, right? Hopefully. And with that, hopefully I can probably go out and explore in Halloween a fucking house or something. But yeah, it'll be cool, It'll be cool. Anyways, haunted house. For reals, that'd be my dream. At least for this year. But that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah. Thank you all so much again. You all helped this happen. And tomorrow I'll be here with Fire Emblem. And if I'm not feeling Fire Emblem, obviously I'll be here with Mario. But just know, like, it's probably gonna be a Fire Emblem. Oh fuck, I forgot to have Zoom. Let's take that out. I hate having Zoom in my taskbar because I always like feel like they're probably like stealing data in the background or something. Anyways, that's just at the point. Anyways, thank you all so much, and maybe we'll do some other stuff. Maybe we'll do like cyber horror or something stupid like that next time. I don't know. I have to think about it. So then I'd have to plan out everything. Like finding like things like the specific like spookiness, scariness, terror. There's another word of dread and stuff. Specific ones like that. Um, and getting more specific than just dread, terror, horror, and scariness, spookiness, whatever you want to add. It's just a little hard at times because like you want to find like internet spooky, like it's just gonna be ghosts, right? But if you search up internet terror, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, fucking monster. And then if you search up internet dread, it's gonna be like really like weird videos that pop out. And I just have to do my research obviously with them because like the last thing I need is like Watch Mojo like when I'm fucking pulling out a movie and just fucking up my stream halfway through, or like not to say that Watch Mojo is like fucking ruining my channel or is bad, but like I just can't watch them because it's DMCA. And also other channels just have grotesque stuff like top 10 scary videos caught on dashcam, and it's like a woman fucking bleeding. Like it's staged obviously, but like I just some videos just take it above and beyond. But yeah, anyways, again, thank you all so much, and I'll keep in mind what I need to do and change and stuff as well. And yeah, goodbye. See y'all later. It's 2:22.